Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
हाँ.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Hello.
Hello.
हाँ sir. हाँ sir. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. Okay. Good. 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 Thank you. Thank you.
हर्षदा माझा आवाज येतोय ना?
Yes, sir, येतोय.
ओके ओके. हर्षदा चालू करूया आपण.
Okay, sir. Greetings, everyone. I am Ms. Harshada Tawande, host for today's discussion. That is a panel discussion meet titled as Electrifying Futures, Careers in Electrical Engineering. The discussion is organized by the Electrical Department of KKWIEER Institute of Engineering, Education and Research. Talking about KKWIEER College, it is a premier institute that nurtures a legacy of academic excellence, character development, and civic responsibility. In the college, there are in total of 10 UG programs and 5 PG programs and 3 doctoral programs. Overall, KKWIEER is the topmost institute of engineering in Nasik district. On behalf of our department, a warm welcome to all the participants present here. Now, I request Mr. Sudhir Shinde sir to address everyone about today's discussion and share their insights.
Thank you, Harshada. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sudhir Shinde, and on behalf of Dr. R.K. Munje, HOD Electrical Engineering Department at KKWIEER Institute of Engineering, Education and Research, Nashik, I extend a warm welcome to our distinguished panelists joining us today from the various regions of the world for this online discussion on the topic of electrifying future careers in electrical engineering. Actually, the goal of this panel discussion is to address the current uncertainties which students have regarding the future of electrical engineering, especially in the context of information technology and artificial intelligence, etc. So we have invited the experts from the diverse fields and the sectors to shed the light on the scope, opportunities, and the career aspects in the electrical engineering. So before we begin, let me briefly introduce our institute and our electrical engineering department. So established in 1984, KKWIEER Institute of Engineering, Education and Research is one of the oldest engineering college in the Nashik region. We offer a range of emerging and core branches, which also includes the electrical engineering. And nearly all of our programs are accredited by the National Board of Accreditation, Delhi. So, and since the academic year 21-22, we have been granted autonomous status under SPPU, and the intake of our electrical engineering program is 120 with 2 divisions. And we also offer the postgraduate program in the power system and also the PhD for the students. So without spending much more time on the introduction, so let us start with our main program. And with that, I will now hand over to Harshada to continue. Thank you. And thank you once again, all our panelists and attendees for joining the session. Thank you, Harshada.
Thank you so much, sir. I would now like to begin with the introduction of our guests. Firstly, I would like to introduce our first guest, that is Mr. Vijay Sonone, who has worked in MSCB and MSCDCL from AE to Director of MSCDCL. And he is a member of MERC. With extensive experience in the Indian power sector, Mr. Sonone has been a leading voice as a freelance power sector consultant. After retirement, his work in Siemens Germany, Southern Electric, Atlantia, Colorado Utilities, US, has garnered widespread recognition, making them an invaluable contributor to today's discussion. We welcome you, sir, and we are excited to hear your perspectives today.
Thank you.
Our next guest is Mr. Sandeep Kulkarni, sir, currently working in Schneider Electric, Bangalore, as an industrialization process expert and is now in Crompton Greaves as a senior manager of technology of a vacuum interpreter process specialist. He has been a member of SIGRE and IEEE as and has also represented India at SIGRE WE A327. He has successfully published 15 conference and journal papers. We welcome you, sir, and we are excited to hear your perspectives today.
Thank you, Arshada.
Welcome, sir. Introducing our third guest, that is Mr. Sarang Zappe. He is a lead business development manager. Thank you, sir. Our third guest for today is Mr. Sarang Zappe. He is a lead business development manager in the UK at Schneider Electric Limited. Mr. Zappe has various core competencies of account management, communication, and interpersonal skills, team management, and many such more. He has also volunteered for an NGO working for betterment of underprivileged children named Vatsalya. He is currently pursuing certifications in digital transformation by BCG and University of Virginia and data-driven decision by making by PwC. His innovative approach has influenced many in this field. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Arshada.
Our next guest joining us is Mr. Prasad Patel, founder and director of Sri Ultima International Dubai. With a background in electrical engineering, Mr. Patel has made significant strides as a certified international supply chain professional, APICS, USA. He was selected in KKWIEER campus placement by ThyssenKrupp Steel, Nasik, and later he worked with Crompton Greaves and in Dubai with Dotzel Group. His expertise will provide a unique perspective on our today's topic. We welcome you, Prasad sir.
Thank you, Ms. Arshada.
Our fifth guest for today is Mr. Rahul Patel. He has been working as a senior manager at PG Power and Industrial Solutions Limited for 14 years. Mr. Patel is well known for his work in design and development of high voltage gas insulated switchgear, GIS, and tight tests. His experience in research and development will be incredibly valuable to our today's discussion. We welcome you, sir, and we are very excited to hear your perspectives today.
Thank you, Arshada.
Our final guest we have with us is Mr. Nitin Patel, who is a government licensed electrical contractor in their own business, Unitech Electrical Services. Mr. Patel brings a wealth of experience in various business strategies with a particular focus on LT and HT side. Their work includes Swachha Plastic, Pimpalne Bindori, MGLL Machineries, Talegaon, Exotic Fruits Private Limited, Binsur MIDC, and many such more have highly been influential, and we look forward to their input today. We welcome you, sir, and warm welcome to all the participants today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Arshada.
Thank you.
Moving forward, now I request Mr. Sonawne to start with their PPT. And I also request you, sir, to please complete the presentation in next 10 minutes, as this will help us stay on schedule and ensure we have time for questions and discussion.
Correct. Thank you, Harshada.
Yes, sir, you can continue.
Yes. Thank you, Harshada. And today I'll be talking on the buzz word which is being used in the energy sector, that is energy transition. And I thought many of these speakers are from industry, and I'm the only one person who is covering government sector. So I thought I'll tell you about what is government's perspective on energy transition as such. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yes. Yes. Energy transition by definition means, sorry, I think backwards. One slide back. Yes. So energy transition basically means a process of shifting the traditional conventional sources of energy, say from coal, natural gas or oil, to more cleaner and sustainable sources of energy systems, which can meet the needs of the society while minimizing the impact on the environment. And basically energy transition involves development and deployment of more efficient technologies. It also involves creation of supportive policy framework, about which we'll be talking today. Imparting education in the field of capacity building. I think KKWIEER is doing a good job in capacity building, and this is one field on which more studies are needed by the researchers. Creation of public awareness and for arranging and about arranging finances. Let us come to Indian power sector. Next slide, please. Indian power sector, where presently, as you know, next slide, please. Hello. Hello. Yes. Electricity basically is the prime mover of economic development of the country. All India installed capacity at the dawn of independence was 1362 megawatt. From 1362 megawatt as on 30th June 2024, we have an installed capacity of 446.19 gigawatt. We have moved almost 330 times from 1947. Renewable energy installation capacity is almost 203.1 gigawatt. We are the third largest electricity utilizing countries in the world. Next to China and USA, our number comes. Of course, having highest population, this is just natural. April 24, all India system consumed 144 billion units. So a huge amount of energy is required. Our peak demand was 224.18 gigawatt. Even though we have used, our consumption has gone up, we are on per capita consumption, we are in the lower rank in the world. We consume almost 1327 units per person per year, whereas the same unit is in Canada is 16,000, over 16,000 units. So we have a long way to go. When I compare power sector in India versus global power sector, India is the fastest we have a fastest growing renewable energy capacity. From 2020 onwards, we are the fastest capacity addition. We have the fastest capacity addition. We are the third largest coal-based power stations in the country, in the world. And we have the fourth largest renewable capacity in the world. So basically, these are some of the things where we can be proud of. Next slide, please. What is net zero concept? Basically, lot of things are being talked, but let us look at it like this. Supposing I use energy, then I'm expelling some greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. When I balance those greenhouse gases by my action, that is, when whatever bad done to the atmosphere, I just repay it. That is what is net zero. We need to reduce the emissions across all sectors and reduce the remaining emissions which are there in the atmosphere through various strategies. As in the COP26 summit, in fact, COP28 also it has happened after COP26. 28 was wherein we changed our pledge, in which it was said that we'll reduce the emission intensity of our GDP by 45% by 2030 from 2005 level. So that level is very important. So the plan is to achieve 50% of electricity from non-fossil based fuels, basically renewables. The plan is to increase the capacity of EVs, that is electric vehicles on the road, to 30%, and to create additional carbon sink for 2.5 to 3 billion tons of carbon dioxide, and having equivalent forest, new forest, creating new forest in the country by 2030. By 2070, we have been given the target Next slide, please. Basically, when I look to the policy decisions which are taken by the government of India, the first policy decision taken in the 24 budget very recently, which was presented in the parliament, the first was initiatives for private sector in nuclear energy. So what government wants to do is, we want to set up small capacity nuclear power stations all over the country. 22 such power stations we have proposed in the country to open up. And also the government has decided to open up nuclear power sector for private investment. Of course, there will be a change in the atomic energy rules, but that will be done by the government. This needs that change. Energy audit of all MSMEs, important MSMEs, because MSMEs, they consume roughly 50% of energy, and in the emission level, they have 75% of contribution. So that is why MSMEs are very important. So government wants to do the investment grade energy audit of these 60 clusters of MSMEs in the first phase. In the second phase, it wants to go in for 100 such clusters. And financial support will be given for energy audit, as well as for going in for clean energy forms of energy. Government has also decided to go in for pumped storage capacity, because renewable energy anyways is intermittent. So what we want to do is, whenever excess renewable energy is there, we want to store it. So we'll store it in the pumped storage facility. Of course, battery storage is also another way which government wants to go in. And in fact, they have brought up a good bill. They have got a good proposal of putting in 50 GWH of capacity of the cells in this year. We also want to go in for higher capacity thermal power stations. Presently, the thermal unit is of 500 megawatt, but we want to go for advanced ultra super critical power stations, wherein the capacity will be more, that is 800 megawatt, and we will also have the efficiency of coal, which is presently at 37%, will go to 44%. So increase in the capacity as well as increase in the efficiency. We want to go in we'll be installing the solar panels, and Prime Minister has declared that we'll be doing it for 1 crore households, wherein first 300 units which will generate will be free for that household. So the household bills will be there'll be no bill for the household, so free electricity for the household, and whatever excess energy that household will generate, uh, the DISCOM will purchase it. So basically, it's a very good scheme. In fact, 14 lakh such applications have been received in 3 months. Maharashtra probably the first state wherein we have over 25,000 consumers. Already they have installed the rooftop plants, and roughly about 100 megawatt additional generation is being generated through these local rooftops. Basically, this is a very good scheme because the distribution losses, the local energy generation or distributed energy generation means losses, the transmission and distribution losses will come down. The capital intensive for the panels, the government will give that intensive incentive for 1 to 2 megawatt, they will be giving 60%, 1 to 2 kW, and for 2 to 3 kW, they'll be giving 40%. Maximum, they will be giving 78,000 per panel. And budget allocation has been there for 6250 crores in this budget. In addition to that, what additional important decision government has taken is they have removed the basic custom duty on critical materials. Critical materials, for example, the materials which are lithium or cobalt, which we are using in energy saving devices or in energy saving systems, those batteries, they have removed the custom duty which was there 5%. Now it will be 0%. So they'll be cheaper. The batteries will be cheaper, and they have reduced the basic custom duty on 2 minerals from 10% to 2%. Advantage will be there in nuclear energy sector, in renewable energy sector, and all other sectors. The government has also put in for auto PLI, that is auto PLI scheme, that is incentive scheme for the auto manufacturers, EV manufacturers, EV component manufacturers, in order to manufacture more affordable EVs. There is a roadmap for hard to abate industries. From energy efficiency targets, government wants to come to carbon saving target. So basically, the PAT scheme which is there for industries, they are going to modify to carbon saving scheme. There will be a carbon market in the exchange. There will be a carbon exchange, and anybody can go and sell or purchase the carbon credits. Government of India will also launch the first tranche of offshore mineral blocks for mining, which they were not taking up, but now they have decided to take it up. Government of India in this budget has considered that we will invite 50 GW, that is 50 gigawatt renewable energy tenders yearly. Next slide, please. MOP and MNRE also has similar, that is Ministry of Power and Ministry of New and Renewable Energy Department. Both these departments have different initiatives. For example, ultra mega solar parks. For example, we have such solar parks at Khadla in Rajasthan or in and other places, wherein they generate at one place 2200 megawatt generation, solar generation. So solar park will be there. That is a continuous land will be available. All infrastructure like land as well as the other infrastructural development will be there. Roads will be there. So one has to go and put his parks there. That is how government has given this. Government has also gone in for PM Kusum scheme. What is this PM Kusum scheme? It is for the agriculturist, wherein the agriculturists can change their pump from conventional pump to solar pumps. And they have also gone in for systems wherein we can have feeder-wise solarization. We have these days the tariff-based competitive bidding process for the solar and wind projects. So all new projects, they'll be decided on what tariff you are going to give. That government will be deciding. The government has issued an order in which it has said that renewable power will be dispatched against letter of credit. That is, the renewable generation should get money. So that money is covered. That is, their bills are covered under the LC process. That is, advance payment will be made to the renewable energy generators. A green term ahead market. That is, government has also that is, green power can be sellable in the exchange these days. Renewable power is sellable in the exchange all throughout the day, and the power can be from the power generated in Rajasthan can be available in Kerala. So that is how it is open. The market is open. Development of for development of RE management centers, we have already such centers in various states in the country. REMCs are there. Green corridor special, that is 765 kV corridor is being planned for the renewable energy generation. So a lot of such schemes are being prepared. And in order that government thought that now we should go in for a hybrid tender, that is not only renewable, but renewable coupled with storage system. So
Harshada,
Yes, sir.
I think we should continue with our next program. I think there is issue with the Sonali sir.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir.
Network issue may be there. So we'll continue with our session.
Okay, sir. Thank you, Sonali, sir. Moving forward to our questionnaire, we will start with our questionnaire to all the participants present. My first question would be to Mr. Sandeep Kulkarni, sir. Starting with the questions. My first question is, what is the scope of electrical engineering in the core industrial sector in India?
Okay, thank you, Arshada. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
And first of all, thanks for inviting me, and glad to be one of the panelists among all the elite panelists who are with me. And to start with, Shinde sir mentioned in the opening address that these are kind of uncertain times for the electrical engineers. But I think the contrary. I feel and I firmly believe that this decade and this place, that is India, is the best time and best place to be an electrical engineer. There's a huge scope for electrical engineers in the core industry. So, Harshada, you asked me what is the scope in the core industry, but the word core is in fact very dynamic, is evolving. I am in the sort of, or the so-called core industry since the past 23 years. And when we say core industry, we mean in the industry wherein we use screwdrivers, we use spanners, we have grease on our hands, we use safety shoes. So that is classified as a core industry, and maybe the software is classified as a non-core industry from the electrical engineering perspective. But having seen the evolution of this industry going forward, the line between the core and the non-core or the software industry is getting blurred. There is a lot of digitization which is coming in the core electrical engineering industry with the advent of robotics, automation, AI, machine learning, and so many things. So, as I said, a strict classification between core and non-core will not be happening in the same way as we have been doing it. So that's my first point, that the electrical engineers who are either now studying, about to pass out, or the students who are now going to take admission in electrical engineering should always keep in mind and that the line is blurring, and they should keep their mind open towards digitization software, at the same time focusing on the core aspects of electrical engineering. My second point is, as you asked, what is the scope? Scope is huge. Just now we heard from Sonone sir, mind-boggling numbers about the energy consumption in India, and also the future scope of energy consumption. So of course, the energy demand is on the rise and it's rising exponentially, which means we would need a lot of capital goods like transformers, circuit breakers, motors, switchgears, and substations to be erected to fulfill this high demand of electrical engineering, high demand of the electrical power. So the core industry which makes these equipments definitely needs skilled electrical engineers, like the many students who are right now on the call. So definitely it's a big scope in the core electrical industry, which is also being driven by other aspects like mobilization or electrification of mobility, where we have e-vehicles, where we have electrification of the railways, metros, monorails, so many things. Again, quality of power needs to be enhanced, power needs to be uninterrupted. A lot of data centers are coming up, which would need uninterrupted power. And last but not the least, the buzzword today is sustainability.
Sir.
And sustainability is revolving around electrical engineering or electrical energy. So with all these drivers in place, I have a strong opinion that the electrical engineers of today have a huge scope, have a great scope. And I will close my comments by again reiterating this is the best place and the best time to be an electrical engineer. Thanks. Over to you, Harshada.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your views. My next question is to Mr. Sarang Zappe. And the question is, how electrical engineering is related to other engineering disciplines, or how it is going to influence emerging technologies like AI, ML, robotics, etc. Over to you, Mr. Sarang Zappe.
Thank you, Harshada. First of all, thank you for inviting me to this forum. It's a great place and great to learn multiple topics which are being discussed. The question is quite interesting. I mean, before getting into AI, ML, and robotics, I'll go a step back. In digital transformation. So the process of collecting in data from multiple sources, IoT devices, electrical devices, mechanical devices, is critical to generate resourceful information. And resourceful information then is utilized to drive artificial intelligence, machine learning, and robotics. Now, the first thing is the industry ready for generating enough data? No, we are not there yet. So the first step is to put IoT devices to create more digital substations to generate data. Now, once you have data, of course, AI, ML, and robotics will bring in their own benefits. For example, AI would bring in machine and system sophistication. Machine learning will, primarily unlock the credentials of the data to drive overall process flow, and robotics will untap the value of, control looping. So these three areas would definitely impact power and grid. My primary mission is in power and grid, and as Vijay sir also mentioned, we are just at the beginning of whole digital transformation and bringing in more renewables, more DERs in the system. Software part, and I don't personally isolate AI, ML, robotics, and the newer technologies from electrical scope. To me, the former technologies and the newer technologies are converging. And unless and until you understand the benefits and you can drive the value from the newer technologies, you will not be able to enhance and upgrade the industry altogether. So this is my take. It is extremely critical to understand and untap the value of AI ML. It is not isolated from electrical engineering because the backbone of everything lies with electrical engineering. So that's my view. The second aspect of it, it is also very important for us, from electrical engineering, to understand that these technologies are enablers of how we are driving the future of power and grid in general. For example, AI will give you data analytics. It will give you machine learning capabilities, and then it will drive the robotics in couple of areas. For assets, it will drive anomaly detection. It will help you with more proactive and predictive maintenance in terms of assets. In terms of network, it will help you with network sophistication. It will help you in network visualization, optimization at low voltage, medium voltage, and high voltage networks, which is need of an hour. It will also help you in controlling the voltage at a mass scale, maybe at low voltage and or medium voltage level. So this is how you use AI at at network level. It will also help you in contingency management, constraint management, aspects of more look ahead scenarios and how your network will react in short and medium terms, etc. So yes, the driving force is electrical. Although if you are seeing the technologies are more in IT domain, it is a responsibility for us as electrical engineers to imbibe and understand and adopt to neo technologies. I think it was clear. Thank you, Harshada.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sarang Zape. My next question would be to Mr. Prasad Patel. And the question is, what learning opportunities an electrical engineer should grab while doing a 4 years degree course? Over to
Great.
you, Mr. Prasad Patel.
Thank you so much, Ms. Harshada, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you so much for Department of Electrical Engineering, all the staff over there. It's been an honor to be here along with all the panelists here, all my seniors and all my colleagues here. Well, when it comes to the panel discussions of career opportunities in electrical engineering, as Sarang said, the core thing of electrical engineering, if you compare all other field, like electrical or like mechanical or civil, the electrical is the science of universe. You need to understand how universe works. You come to know how universe works when you study electromagnetic forces, electricals, how the motor and stator in the motor works, rotate. So it's kind of, it's a curiosity engineering, we can say. I also call electrical engineering as an imaginary engineering. So, we do not see the current, we do not see the voltage, but we should know what is there inside. So this is most, what we can say, a funny thing, the curiosity thing, and to learn something which not everybody knows. Now, working with an industry, we know that the job what mechanical engineer can do, he cannot do with electrical engineer. Electrical engineer can do the job of mechanical engineering, can do the job of another civil engineering also. He can understand it by looking at it. But electrical engineering comes with inherent knowledge. If you have the knowledge, you are the king of this particular planet. So now, as I said now when we come to like 4 years of engineering course, electrical, well, while focusing along with your study, I must say that the student who should, they are studying, they should also involve themselves in different kind of projects. Like when I was there in KKWIEER and in the second year, second sem, I took the part of electrical project where it was a project of signaling of unmanned railway station. So it was a fantastic project. It was in my second year I did it. And when we do the project, we come across all kind of communication with our seniors, with our staff, with our industry expert. We learn from them. So we should have that, what we can say, hunger to know more about our own electrical engineering. So we should have a category like, after electrical engineering, what are the opportunities available? Most of my colleagues on this panel, they will tell you there are the opportunities in quality, in testing, in marketing of the products, also in the sales. So everybody thinks like sales is just like go and sell to someone, but sales should be more technical before you know what you're selling. So that we can concentrate where is our, what we can say, an interest, and accordingly we can take the steps towards it. So somebody is having some documentation interest, how it works, I want to make documents, he can go to quality sites, he can go to OSHA's, what are the safety parameters involved in electrical industries and all. So he can take in parallel the advantage of this knowledge and the courses available. Someone like me who is into, into selling, buying of electrical products and in the supply chain, like from manufacturing up to utilization of that particular product. Suppose if there is a substation is getting constructed. So from where you are buying the transformer, so who are the transformer sub vendors and how they are manufacturing it. So you should have the knowledge of this chain. So we should, develop some interest while doing an electrical engineering, how the market works other than the books, and then correlate with this. So I know like most of the here people are the power system engineers, and I know power system switchgear is only one chapter from all electrical engineering, but everybody's bread and butter is coming from that one chapter. So this is vast kind of thing, and we should get some knowledge to apply our own interest and in these 4 years. Adding to this, you can also have some foreign language like German or French or even nowadays Chinese or Russian. So that can add some value to them. I believe so. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prasad Patil sir. Next, I would be asking the next question to Mr. Rahul Patil sir. And my next question is, what qualities or attributes electrical engineers should have at the end of a degree? What he will acquire or what is required in the corporate sector? Over to you, Mr. Patil.
Thanks for this opportunity. Four analysts are conversing back, axiomates of each other. Am I audible or it is getting echo?
Rahul,
Yes.
you are not audible.
Just a moment. Am I audible now?
Yes, audible now.
Yeah.
Please.
Thank you, Arshada, for introducing and giving an opportunity to talk in front of the giants. I just want to say that four of panelists, we are batchmates of each other. We passed out in the same year, working in different companies in different fields. So this will explain you better way that what are the qualities one aspiring engineer should look for. See, there are multiple opportunities in market available. One thing is very sure that every electrical, after completing the 4 years of degree course, one should know what is the gap between the 4-year degree course and what is the need of industry. As on that, I think that is the biggest issue, or we can say biggest gap. How and one should work on how that gap that it should get breached. There are multiple streams, like as Prasad said, there are multiple streams like sales, marketing, testing, production, R&D, design. The skill sets for each domain are different. Though every individual cannot grab it on the first glance, but yes, it is a matter of experience where one can opt for and where it is to be placed in, and where the opportunities are getting, means every individual where he will get placed, and to its personal interest also, to personal interest. So in my opinion, in 4-year degree course, one should have the basic understanding of electrical engineering, go for personal interest where it lies and where it will fulfill the corporate requirement or the industry requirement.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. So this is my opinion about it.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Patil sir, for your views. My next question would be to Mr. Nitin Patil sir. And the question is, what are the current trends in electrical contracting that homeowners and businesses should be aware of?
Arshada, can I explain in Marathi?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. You can.
ऍक्च्युली मी फॉरेनला वगैरे नाही बसत, दुबईला किंवा युके मध्ये. सॉरी, मी नाशिकमध्ये बसतो. माझा स्वतःचा बिझनेस आहे इलेक्ट्रिकल कॉन्ट्रॅक्टिंगचा. तुम्हाला करंट ट्रेंड बद्दल विचारलं तर सध्या आता स्मार्ट होम, त्याच्यानंतर सोलर टेक्नॉलॉजीची कामं, त्याच्यानंतर EV चार्जिंग स्टेशन, यामध्ये खूप काम चालू आहे सध्या. त्याच्यानंतर गव्हर्नमेंट पण स्वतः खूप काम करते इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनिअरिंग फील्डमध्ये. गव्हर्नमेंटनी 2 वर्षापासून एक प्रोजेक्ट लॉन्च केलाय. त्याच्यामध्ये हाय व्होल्टेज डिस्ट्रीब्युशन सिस्टम सुरू केलंय. त्यामध्ये जे ॲग्रिकल्चर कंझ्युमर्स आहेत त्यांच्यासाठी त्यांनी सेपरेट फीडर्स केलेत आणि त्या फीडरला ते पूर्णच्या पूर्ण फीडर सोलर सिस्टमवर शिफ्ट करतात. त्यामुळे शेतकऱ्यांना जी इनिशियली रात्री लाईट मिळत होती ती लाईट त्यांना आता दिवसा मिळेल आणि त्याच्यामुळे त्यांना पण थोडं सोपं जाईल आणि सिस्टम मधला जो ओव्हरलोड होता, रात्री जो लोडिंग व्हायचं किंवा इंडस्ट्रीला रात्री आपण कॅपेबल नव्हतो लाईट प्रोव्हाइड करायला, त्याच्यामुळे तो लोड पण कमी झालेला आहे. सेम वे रिन्युएबल सोर्सेसमध्ये विंड एनर्जी, सोलर एनर्जी याच्यामध्ये पण खूप काम सुरू आहे. एनर्जी इफिशियन्सी अप्लायन्सेस खूप प्रमाणात लॉन्च केलेत गव्हर्नमेंटनी. त्याच्यानंतर हिटिंग आणि कुलिंग लोड याचं कसं ऑप्टिमम कन्झम्पशन होतं याच्यावर पण खूप काम सुरू आहे. त्यानंतर एक इलेक्ट्रिकल कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर काय देऊ शकतो होम्सला किंवा एका बिझनेसला, तर तो एक क्वालिटी सिस्टम, एक रिलायबल सिस्टम आणि एक सेफ्टी सिस्टम देऊ शकतो. आता तुम्हाला सांगायचं झालं तर 3,000 लायसन्स होल्डर इलेक्ट्रिकल कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर आहे नाशिक जिल्ह्यामध्ये. सेम वे 3,000 लोक असे आहेत की जे विना लायसन्सचं पण काम करतात. ठीक आहे, त्याच्यामुळे कॉम्पिटिशन खूप आहे. पण तरी पण जे लोक लायसन्स होल्डर आहे, जे लोक क्वालिटी, रिलायबिलिटी, सेफ्टी ह्या गोष्टीवर काम करतायत त्यांच्याकडे खूपच काम आहे. आत्ता पण मी जेव्हा 2012 साली माझी फर्म सुरू केली होती त्या वर्षी माझा टर्नओव्हर साधारण वर्षाचा 8 लाख रुपये होता. आता मी गेल्या 3 वर्षापासून जवळपास 3 CR टर्नओव्हर करतोय प्रत्येक वर्षी. तर स्कोप खूप आहे. फक्त थोडं वाईडली बघायला लागतं कुठे काम आहे. थोडंसं इलेक्ट्रिकलच करायचं असं काही नाही. काम इलेक्ट्रिकल आपला बॅकबोन आहे, पण त्याच्या रिलेटेड काही अजून मिळत असेल लाईक CCTV, सोलरचे कामं, EV चार्जिंग स्टेशनचे कामं, या रिलेटेडच्या कामांमध्ये पण खूप स्कोप आहे. सो थँक्यू हर्षदा.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insights. My next question would be to Mr. Sonawane, sir.
Yes.
And the question is, what are the openings in the government sector where electrical engineers are recruited mostly? Over to you, Mr. Sonawane, sir.
थँक्यू हर्षदा. बेसिकली गव्हर्नमेंट सेक्टरमध्ये ओपनिंग जर म्हणाल तुम्ही तर देर आर गेल्या एक 5-6 वर्षापासून त्याचा रेट कमी झालाय. पण तरी देखील लॉट ऑफ गव्हर्नमेंट स्कीम्स आर कमिंग अप. फॉर एक्झाम्पल सरांनी आता सांगितलं रिन्युएबलचे खूप कामं करतायत किंवा फीडर सेपरेशनची कामं होत आहेत आणि त्यासाठी त्यांना बेसिकली म्हणजे गव्हर्नमेंट मधले म्हणजे ज्या डिपार्टमेंटमध्ये माणसं लागणारच आहेत, तर त्यामुळे त्याच्यात खूप स्कोप आहे. पण 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 बेसिकली काय आहे की या सगळ्या याच्यात एक विचार आपण लक्षात घेतला पाहिजे की आपण म्हणजे आज जर मला तुम्ही विचाराल तर मला असं वाटतं ॲट दी एज ऑफ 74 व्हॉट आय फील इज, मला आज जर परत ही इनिंग खेळायला दिली तर मला वाटतं हे क्षेत्र आज खूप खूप चॅलेंजिंग आहे. बेसिकली बघा, स्मार्ट ग्रिडची कामं, स्मार्ट मीटरिंगची कामं चालू आहेत. त्यानंतर रिन्युएबल एनर्जीची एवढी मोठी कामं आहेत, एनर्जी कॉन्झर्वेशनची खूप कामं आहेत. ही सगळी कामं गव्हर्नमेंटच्या थ्रू चालू आहेत आणि त्यामुळे गव्हर्नमेंटचं याच्यासाठी गेल्या काही दिवसात गव्हर्नमेंटचं याकडे लक्ष वाढलेलं आहे आणि त्यामुळे गव्हर्नमेंटचं खूप या सेक्टरमध्ये म्हणजे इन्व्हॉल्वमेंट वाढलेलं आहे. पैसे ऑलमोस्ट सबस्टॅन्शियल पैसे ते लोक पुरवत आहेत आणि लॉट ऑफ स्कीम्स आर कमिंग अप. महाराष्ट्रामध्ये विचाराल तर लॉट ऑफ स्कीम्स आर कमिंग अप in agricultural sector, in energy conservation sector, smart meter sector, renewable power, wind power, सगळ्या क्षेत्रामध्ये ही कामं होत आहेत. त्यामुळे लॉट ऑफ इंजिनियर्स आर नीडेड आयदर इन गव्हर्नमेंट सेक्टर, ॲज कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर्स, इन प्रायव्हेट सेक्टर. हे सगळ्या सेक्टरमध्ये हे इंजिनियर्सला खूप काम आहे. आणि जसं मी आता म्हटलं की मी या 74 वर्षी मला काय वाटतं की मला जर परत ही इनिंग खेळायला दिली आणि तुमच्या कॉलेजमध्ये परत ऍडमिशन दिली आणि 4 वर्षाचा कोर्स करायला सांगितलं तर मला वाटतं की खूप खूप गोष्टी मला करता येण्यासारख्या आहेत किंवा ज्या राहून गेल्या आहेत त्या करता येण्यासारख्या आहेत असं मला बेसिकली वाटतं. बघा, थँक्यू हर्षदा.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sonawane, sir, for your insights. I will start with the question 2 to every guest. Now, I will ask the next question to Mr. Sandeep Kulkarni, sir. And the next question is how electrical engineering is socially relevant or how it can help to achieve sustainable development goals.
Thank you, Arshada. Interesting question. Actually, the whole world of sustainability is revolving around electrical engineering. I should proudly say, as an electrical engineer.
Correct.
Yes.
There are many aspects to this. One, as I said in my opening remarks, one of the important aspects is electrification of mobility. The train network, the railway network is getting electrified and almost it's nearing electrification completion by now. So we are moving from diesel-based locomotives to completely electrical energy-based locomotives, which would definitely save a lot of fuel, but at the same time cut down on a great amount of emissions, which would definitely help in achieving the sustainability goals. Similarly, we have metros, we have monorails, which are a means of mass transports, giving people option to avoid their personal vehicles like cars, two-wheelers, again reducing the consumption of petrol, diesel, and cutting down on the emissions from these vehicles. E-vehicles, also the newest entrant to this family of electrical mobility, are also gaining quite a lot of traction, which will definitely help again in achieving the sustainability goals related to the cutting of direct emissions from the vehicles. That is one aspect, that is electrification of mobility. Second, as all the speakers have touched here, the renewable energy. We are moving from the conventional thermal-based energy towards more solar, more wind, and that is very well documented, well researched. The third point is not so widely discussed in public domain. I'm sure Rahul will be working a lot on that, is replacement of SF6 as a gas.
Yes.
SF6 gas has been identified as one of the most potent greenhouse gases. We know carbon dioxide, we know NOx, we know SOx. These are well documented and talked about in general domain. But specifically, SF6, that is a sulfur hexafluoride gas, is, you will be surprised to know, it's 25,000 times more potent greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. So 1 kg of sulfur hexafluoride gas is equivalent to 25,000 kgs of carbon dioxide. It will cause the same kind of greenhouse effect. So replacement of SF6 gas is one of the core research topics which is being taken up in the electrical engineering industry today.
Yeah.
And there are many alternative gases like clean air, maybe a combination of different gases. In fact, it was identified way back in Kyoto Protocol in 1996, and very strict limits have been set by utilities in Europe. In Europe, if I'm right, by 2030, SF6 gas-based products will not be accepted, any new products.
True.
By 2026, I think, and by 2030, all the existing products have to be removed from the grid. Similarly, US has taken quite ambitious targets. Japan has been working on this even before, much before all these targets have been documented, and there has been a lot of work being done in Japan. So electrical engineers, researchers, and development engineers are working on finding alternatives. One is alternate gas, a mixture of gases. Another is vacuum technology, which can be used at high voltages. So as I can summarize the correlation between electrical engineering and sustainability in 3 broad terms. One is mobilization or electrification of mobility using the electrical energy. Then replacement of SF6 based products and renewable energy. So these 3 are the core research areas which the budding engineers can definitely think of taking up as a research topic or as a career path. In fact, last week I was hearing to a podcast and a new term has come, green careers,
Yes.
which we did not hear up till now. So what are green careers? We knew about careers in electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, software, banking, insurance, maybe media, mass communication, but there is something coming up as green careers. So all the careers which will help in some way towards achieving the sustainability goals are now called as green careers. So students should have an eye or have their antennas tuned to what are these green careers, what are the requirements of these green careers, and as Rahul emphasized, what are the gaps which they think between their knowledge of electrical engineering, between their subjects and the requirements of these green careers, because green careers definitely will be in vogue in the next decade or so and will be in good demand. So you should definitely upskill yourself, making yourself industry ready for these green careers. So that was my submission for this question. Hope I've answered the question. Over to you, Arshada.
Thank you so much, Kulkarni sir, for your view.
Harshada,
Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir, you're not audible.
basically there was a survey by Government of India, and in that survey it was found that 1 megawatt renewable energy which we set or which we generate requires 4 people, that is 4 jobs, in which one engineer they have said that will be needed, and we want to go in for 500 gigawatt of renewable energy by 2030. So lot of sir said green jobs. So lot of careers, green careers, lot of such green jobs will be available in the years to come. Government is also very keen on getting this done by our people. Yes, Harshada.
Thank you so much, sir, for the information. My next question would be to Mr. Sarang Zape, and the question is, what are the possibilities of job abroad?
Thank you, Harshada. So I feel the opportunities are tremendous. मी गेली 14 वर्ष भारताच्या बाहेर आहे. मी साधारणतः 11 वर्ष दुबईत होतो आणि प्रसाद सोबतच होतो इनफॅक्ट. आणि गेली 3 वर्ष मी UK मध्ये आहे. Tremendous opportunities. If you look at industry in general or like electrical sector in general, there are 746 million in the world, people in the world who do not have access to electricity. 80% of this population sits in sub-Saharan Africa. So tremendous need is there. Now, if you look at sub-Saharan Africa or rest of the region, electricity for them is the need, and for rest of the region, it's a want. So we need to understand what are the requirements in the market where you have need, and what are the markets where you have want. So where you have want, you have Western world. There, the demands of companies and industries and government are focusing on sustainability and net zero. They want to focus on process electrification. They are focusing on artificial intelligence, machine learning, data dynamics, cybersecurity aspects. So these are the skill sets which someone who is aspiring to, probably look for career in Western world needs to look at. Now, if you are looking into more markets where you have need, you would definitely look for requirements in Middle East and Africa region where there is more a need for electricity. Having said that, after spending such a long time outside India, there are some commonalities which I have identified. If you have linguistic skill, multiple language which and probably Rahul mentioned about it, or Prasad it was, yes. So if you know one or more language, it is always an asset. Moving outside India is also about developing and upgrading yourself constantly, not only with the skills, but also with the culture. It is more a sacrifice to adapt yourself to the new culture rather than insisting on external environment to adapt as you want. So it looks quite impressive from external side, but if you're a part of this flow, it is challenging as well. So yeah, I mean, these are some of the things which in my view are critical. Yeah, that's my view.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sarang Zape, for your meaningful insights. My next question would be to Mr. Prasad Patil, sir. And the question is, Can an electrical engineer start his or her own startup, business, or enterprise? Or can he be a part of any existing firm?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Actually, being an electrical engineer, I'm also a proud entrepreneur. I have my own company in Dubai, and we do supply electrical equipment like transformers, switch gears, not only electrical, but now because of electrical, as I said previously, we got to know now mechanical equipments like heat exchangers, even some firefighting products. So currently, we are supplying to 14 countries sitting in Dubai. We are buying from India, China. We have factories in partners with Italy and Netherlands. What happened mostly, like just to मी मराठीत पण आपल्या सगळ्यांना सांगेल की जेव्हा आपण एखादी गोष्ट शिकतोय आणि ती शिकत असताना त्याच्या पूर्णपणे कोरमध्ये जाणं खूप इम्पॉर्टंट राहतं काही काही वेळा. आणि जेव्हा आपल्याला एखादी पहिला जॉब मिळतो, सी गेटिंग द फर्स्ट जॉब इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट वेअर यू लँडेड. It is not in your hand most of the time. As I said, like I landed through placement in ThyssenKrupp Steel. But in the steel industry, I worked as an electrical engineer. I was in procurement for steel. Then I was with compressors, and then I was with switchgears. So the basic of most of the time when we go in professional tenure, we should work in our company like we are the owner of the company. So when we work as an employee, we should work as an owner, and we should have that kind of seriousness of the task what we are doing, to understand with more vision what are the customer requirement. If you're making a drawing, you should know the installation base and how it is going to impact, where this machine is going to install, whether this is in Russia -degree Celsius or is +degree Celsius, what are the impacts. So you should go in depth of everything. When you go in design, you should have the depth of this. When you're working for procurement, you should know how I'm going to transport this material to that particular site, suppose in Africa. So when we go dive in this, we come across a lot of information with us. And with that information, as I said, if we work in the company as an owner, we take the ownership and we grow our own knowledge. Second, when we start our own business over the period of time, suppose after having some 10-15 years of experience, so you in the company, when you become an owner, you should work as an employee. So you should not think that now I'm the owner, so I will just be relaxed and I will be dependent on my employees. No. So this is how it works. So you have to be 24/7 up on your toes, because the client comes with your kind of knowledge, what kind of execution strategy you are taking in, what are the problems you are going to solve, what value you are going to bring on the table is very important in this market. So there are a lot of opportunities for electrical engineers to basically, I will tell everyone first to go for a job, to gain the knowledge first, and then after having that knowledge, then only based on that knowledge you start your own firm, like that. So we are fortunate that we got this kind of platforms through Electrifying, and also we had the mindset to utilize it in our way. I think Sarang was also selected by Swander at that time. Nitin, who is now आपल्यासोबत आहे, he was selected by one of the best company like Torrent through again our placement only. So we all here panelists, we are coming from a background where we got the first chances from Electrifying, and then we developed ourselves in that way so that we can make it as bigger things, and that's why we are here all together to convey all our people here. So this is very important. And one more thing, when you are there in college, so you can develop some kind of great friends relationship where we can make some businesses over the period of time. Making the business with the friends is the blessing. So we should all be ready for this, instead of thinking he's doing great in that, I should don't know. Everybody has different kind of things. So we can all together unite and make bigger things and better things here. That's what I can say.
Thank you so much, Patil sir, for such meaningful information. My next question would be to Mr. Rahul Patil, sir. And the question is, what will be your advice to the parents who are taking admission for their ward to engineering?
It's really nice question. It is very difficult for the parents to take the decision at so early stage. I'll tell you my example. In my 8th, 9th, my father has seen this dream that my ward will be an electrical engineer. So it was his dream. But in today's era, I think it is not the same for every individual. So as far as electrical engineering, or it is just an engineering. See, there are multiple streams of engineering, I would say, which will add value to every individual. There is a very common saying that I want to repeat, that engineering is a matter of common sense, which is highly uncommon nowadays, which is very true. This is a very old saying that I heard in my engineering days, but I'm realizing that today. So I'll simply say to the parents, if you find that there is a single % chance in your ward that he could be able to convert the things into reality, that most of the time आपण म्हणतो ना की बाळाचे पाय पाळण्यात दिसतात असं, तर त्या मोडमध्ये जर असं वाटतंय की येस, इफ यू डिसाइड दॅट एखाद्याचं करिअर कोणत्या स्ट्रीम मध्ये चांगलं असेल, सो whether it is engineering, then one must push hard to make it successful. I'll tell you one good example out of this. माझा चुलत भाऊ होता, म्हणजे आहे रादर. In 10th, he decided that he want to be a graduate in commerce stream. But I'll tell you the fact, he's a very good learner, having good creativity. असं बॅकग्राऊंड एकदम चांगलं असताना पण जस्ट बाय इन्फ्लुअन्स. सी, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम करिअर ऑपॉर्च्युनिटीज आर थॉट इन द सोसायटी. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम काय होतं की माझ्या आजूबाजूच्या लोकांमध्ये, नाही माझा मुलगा इंजिनिअरिंगला आहे म्हणजे तो खूप चांगलं काहीतरी करतोय, आणि एखाद्याचा मुलगा कॉमर्समध्ये ग्रॅज्युएशन करतोय म्हणजे तो काहीतरी खूप वाईट करतोय. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम चुजिंग म्हणजे करिअर पाथ ज्याला आपण म्हणू की एखाद्या स्ट्रीमला ऍडमिशन घेण्याचा जो डिसिजन असतो ना, हा मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम फॅमिली आणि सोसायटी ड्रिव्हन असतो. इन्स्टेड ऑफ दॅट, इफ यू चूज की आपल्या मुलाच्या कॅपेबिलिटीज काय ते जर आपण ओळखू शकलो तर मे बी हा डिसिजन घेणं फार सोपं होतं. मी आता माझ्या चुलत भावाचं एक्झाम्पल सांगत होतो. आय जस्ट कंटिन्यू द सेम एक्झाम्पल. ही वॉज व्हेरी कॉन्फिडंट दॅट ही विल डू बेस्ट करिअर इन कॉमर्स. म्हणजे ठीक आहे, मी बीकॉमला ऍडमिशन घेईन आणि 11वी 12वी करून मी काहीतरी चांगलं करीन, असं त्याच्या डोक्यात होतं. आणि लहानपणापासून आमच्या सोबत वाटलं तर वी नो की नाही, हा जर कदाचित इंजिनिअरिंग मध्ये आला तर हिल डिलिव्हर द बेस्ट. दॅट वॉज द इंटेंट. अँड आय विल टेल यू द फॅक्ट, ललित पाटील त्याचं नाव आहे, आणि ही इज इन जर्मनी परस्युइंग हिज MS, सर्व्ड फॉर टॉरंट फॉर 1 year इन ABB, 1 year इन CG. तर करिअर पाथ चूज करताना मला असं वाटतं की रादर दॅन थिंकिंग अबाउट काय करू शकतो, त्यापेक्षा तो प्रत्येक इंडिव्हिज्युअलची जी क्वालिटी ती जर ओळखली तर माझ्या मते तो डिसिजन घेणं फार सोपं आहे. आणि इंजिनिअरिंग असं खूप हार्ड कोर डिफिकल्टी असं आहे असं मला वाटत नाही. सो आय थिंक पॅरेंट्ससाठी एकच सजेस्ट करेन मी, हॅव अ लॉट ऑफ डिस्कशन विथ देअर वॉर्ड्स, आणि मार्केट बेस्ड जर ऑपॉर्च्युनिटीज दिसत आहेत तर त्यावरून जर डिसिजन घेतला तर माझ्या मते सोपं होईल. आणि आजच्या डेटमध्ये इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनिअरिंग बद्दल बोलायचं झालं तर मला असं वाटतं की आफ्टर 10-15 years इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनिअरिंग इज इन बूम. मला असं वाटतं की पर्टिक्युलरली दिस स्ट्रीम, अनलाईक सॉफ्टवेअर, IT, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स अँड टेलिकम्युनिकेशन, इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनिअरिंग मध्ये थोडं स्टॅग्नन्सी होती मागचे 4-5 वर्ष. बट as an electrical engineer, to be in company like CG, we can see for next 10-15 years there will be a good fortune. So I must recommend parents to think about electrical engineering as their first choice, to put their words in engineering stream. That is my personal. Thank you.
That's the fantastic thing, Rahul. I just want to add, Miss Harshada, in this. ऍक्च्युली जर आपण विचार केला, आज मानव आपण म्हणतोय आपण चंद्रयान पाठवलंय, तर सगळ्यात जास्त आता चंद्रयान तिकडे गेल्यानंतर फक्त 15 दिवस चालू शकलं, कारण की त्याची टेक्नॉलॉजी आपण 15 दिवसापर्यंतची बनवली होती. आपल्याला म्हणजे पृथ्वी सोडून जर बाहेर जायचं असेल तर पहिले आपल्याला एनर्जी आणि इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनिअरिंग हे बेसिक शिकावं लागणार आहे. कुठल्या ग्रहावरती कुठली एनर्जी आणि कुठली इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कसे काय बनवणार आणि त्याचे ट्रान्समिशन. देर आर लॉट ऑफ चॅलेंजेस. वी आर नॉट ओनली थिंकिंग अबाउट नाउ द वर्ल्ड. नाउ क्लीन एनर्जी of the world we are taking care of. Now the vision is, now sitting in Dubai, I can see some visions of 2050, how they want to have some kind of, what we can say, the society on another planet. When they think of another planet, the basic question comes is an energy and electrical engineering. So there is to all the people जेवढे काही पालक असतील, मी सगळ्यांना सांगेल, I came accidentally in electrical engineering. मी सकाळी प्रोडक्शनला ऍडमिशन घेतलं, दुपारी जाऊन चेंज केलं इलेक्ट्रिकलला. दॅट वॉज द बेस्ट डे ऑफ माय लाईफ. सो तर मी सगळ्यांना सांगेल, दुसरा कुठलाही विचार नका करू. जर इंजिनिअरिंग करायचं असेल तर फक्त आणि फक्त इलेक्ट्रिकललाच करा. तुम्हाला त्याच्यानंतर इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनिअरिंग मधून तुम्हाला 100 पायवाटा मिळतील जिथं तुम्हाला करिअर करता येईल. सो दिस इज माय गिव्ह अवे.
Thank you so much, Prasad Patil sir, for the add-up. My next question would be to Mr. Nitin Patil sir. And the question is, how can electrical contractors contribute to more sustainable building practices? And what are some examples of green technologies being integrated into electrical system? Just a minute. If anyone among the participants have any questions regarding the discussion, please feel free to drop it in the chat box. Thank you. Over to you, Nitin Patil sir.
Thank you, Harshada. ऍक्च्युली एखाद्या गुड बिल्डिंग प्रॅक्टिससाठी बिल्डिंगमध्ये चांगला प्लंबिंग कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर मिळणं आणि चांगला इलेक्ट्रिकल कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर मिळणं, मी तर म्हणतो नशीबच आहे. कारण ह्या दोन गोष्टी ना ह्या सर्व्हिस अफेक्टिंग आहेत. एक तर तुमची इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नसेल तर तुम्ही काही करू शकत नाही, किंवा तुम्हाला पाणी येणार नसेल घरात तरी तुम्ही काही करू शकत नाही. त्यामुळे गुड बिल्डिंग प्रॅक्टिससाठी एखाद्या कॉन्ट्रॅक्टरचा रोल खूप महत्वाचा आहे. मी मगाशी सांगितल्याप्रमाणे क्वालिटी वर्क केलं पाहिजे, त्याच्यानंतर डिझाईन चांगलं केलं पाहिजे. म्हणजे बऱ्याचशा, मी तर म्हणेल की बीई पास आउट झाल्यानंतर पण बऱ्याचशा मुलांना केबलची साईज काय पाहिजे, वायरच्या साईज काय पाहिजे, स्विच सॉकेटच्या रेटिंग्स काय पाहिजे हे बरंचसं माहितीच नसतं. कारण मला नाही वाटत कुणी एज्युकेशन घेत असताना त्या 4 वर्षात कुणी इलेक्ट्रिकल शॉपला व्हिजिट तरी केलेली आहे का. मुलं जातात मोठमोठ्या इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये जातात, पण त्यांना सिरियसली वायरच्या रेटिंग्स माहित नाहीये, केबलच्या रेटिंग्स माहित नाहीये. तर ओव्हरऑल जर गुड बिल्डिंग प्रॅक्टिसमध्ये तुम्हाला जर कॉन्ट्रॅक्टरचा रोल पाहिजे असेल तर तुम्हाला ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी माहिती पाहिजे, त्याचं डिझाईन माहिती पाहिजे. नाहीतर तो तुमच्या घरात काय डिझाईन करून गेला हे जर तुम्हाला समजलं नाही शेवटपर्यंत तर तुम्ही तिथे तुमचं राहणं मुश्किल होईल. आम्ही काही असे रिसोर्ट्स पाहिलेत, काही असे रिसोर्ट डिझाईन केले काही लोकांनी, की रिसोर्टची व्हॅल्यू आहे 1 CR ची, पण तिथे लाईटच चालत नाही. का तर फक्त चुकीच्या इलेक्ट्रिकल डिझाईनमुळे. जो सोर्स आहे ट्रान्सफॉर्मर हा त्या रिसोर्ट पासून जवळपास 1-1 किलोमीटर लांबीवर आहे. त्याच्यानंतर त्याचा व्होल्टेज ड्रॉप इतका होतो केबलचा की ते लोक तिथे राहू शकत नाही. त्याच्यानंतर ते जनरेटर लावणं किंवा तुम्ही सोलर सिस्टम लावणं ह्या सगळे ऑप्शन्स आहेत. पण तरीही चांगली इलेक्ट्रिकल डिझाईन केली तर तो चांगला इलेक्ट्रिकल कॉन्ट्रॅक्टरचा रोल आहे असं मी सांगेन. थँक्यू हर्षदा.
Thank you so much, Nitin Patil sir. My next question would be to Mr. Sonawne sir. And the question is, what are the future plans of the government of India in the power sector? And what will be the future of the Indian power sector?
बेसिकली पहिला एक जो, सॉरी आय थिंक चालू आहे का, हो चालू आहे. पहिला एक जो प्लॅन आहे गव्हर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडियाचा, दॅट इज बाय 2030 we will have 500 gigawatt of renewable energy installed in the country. 500 gigawatt म्हणजे जवळपास 50% of the, presently आपण almost 16% of our energy we generate from renewables, पण ती आपल्याला 50% वर न्यायची आहे by 2030. त्यामुळे रिन्युएबल एनर्जी आज म्हणजे सध्या गव्हर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडियाच्या मागे, गव्हर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडियाच्या डोक्यात असं आहे की रिन्युएबल एनर्जी हा एकच मार्ग आहे की आपण ज्याच्याने फास्ट पुढे जायला पाहिजे आणि ज्याच्याने आपले बाकीचे प्रॉब्लेम्सही सॉल्व्ह होतील. जसं जसं आता सरांनी पण एक वेळेस एक सांगितलं की आम्ही सोलरायझेशन ऑफ फीडर म्हणजे एक सेपरेट फीडर करून त्याला एक 2 मेगावॅटचा सोलर पॅनल बसवून आणि मग तो ऍग्रिकल्चर लोड त्याच्यातनं निघून जाईल असं असं म्हणजे त्या पॅनलवरच, त्या पॅनलच्या जनरेशनवरच ते लोड राहील. अशा टाईपचे सिस्टम्स गव्हर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया डिझाईन करताय किंवा गव्हर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडियाच्या मनात आहे. आणि सेकंडली गव्हर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया इज ऑल्सो थिंकिंग की याच्या पुढे जे न्यूक्लिअर जनरेशन करायचं आहे आपल्याला ते छोट्या कपॅसिटी म्हणजे 300 मेगावॅटचे करायचे आहेत किंवा आपल्याला जे थर्मल स्टेशन्स करायचे आहेत ते मोठ्या कपॅसिटीच्या म्हणजे 800 मेगावॅटच्या जास्त करायच्या आहेत किंवा नेक्स्ट ट्रान्समिशन व्होल्टेज लेवल विच वी वॉन्ट टू गो इन इज 1200 केव्ही. प्रेझेंटली आपण 765 केव्ही वर आहोत, तिथनं 1200 केव्ही वर जायचं आहे. किंवा आणखीन आपल्या गव्हर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडियाच्या स्कीम्समध्ये काय की विथ अवर नेबरिंग स्टेट्स, नेबरिंग कंट्रीज, वी वॉन्ट टू हॅव इंटर नेशन पॉवर ट्रान्समिशन, इंटरनेशन पॉवर ट्रान्सफर. फॉर एक्झाम्पल आता आज विचार कराल तुम्ही तर नेपाळहून आपल्याला जवळपास 500 मेगावॅट पॉवर येते किंवा बांगलादेशला आपण 600 मेगावॅट पॉवर देतो आहोत. सो यांच्यात लिंक्स आपल्या झालेल्या आहेत. श्रीलंकेबरोबरची पण लिंक आपली चालू आहे सध्या, तिचं कन्स्ट्रक्शन चालू आहे. त्यानंतर वी हॅव इंटरकनेक्शन. सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर गोइंग ऑन. म्हणजे आपण नुसतं भारताच्या बद्दल किंवा आम्ही महाराष्ट्राबद्दल विचार करतो असं नाही, तर ऑल इंडिया सिस्टीम जशी एक आहे तशी एक सार्क सिस्टीम आपली असावी असं एक प्लॅनिंग आता सध्या गव्हर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडियाच्या मनामध्ये आहे. तर ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टीमध्ये एक लक्षात येतं की रिन्युएबल्स हॅज अ गुड मार्केट, स्मार्ट ग्रिड हॅज अ गुड मार्केट किंवा स्मार्ट मीटर, स्मार्ट सिस्टीम्स हॅव गुड मार्केट. आणि आता सध्या AI किंवा ML मुळे याच्यामध्ये काय काय चेंजेस होणार आहे याच्याबद्दल पण गव्हर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया इज स्टडिंग किंवा वी आर स्टडिंग ॲट डिफरंट प्लॅटफॉर्म्स की याच्यामुळे काय काय चेंजेस होणार आहेत, आपले कंट्रोल्स कसे बदलणार आहेत. तर हे ऑल दीज थिंग्स वी आर डुईंग. आणि as I said, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इज अ प्राईम मूव्हर ऑफ डेव्हलपमेंट फॉर एनी कंट्री. त्यामुळे काय की इलेक्ट्रिसिटीचा विचार करणं हे शासनाच्या दृष्टीने अतिशय महत्वाचं आहे आणि शासन त्याच्यावर विचार करत आहे. थँक्यू हर्षदा.
Thank you so much, Vijay Sonone, sir. This was our last question. And among the participants, whoever is willing to ask any question, you're free to ask.
Unmute.
Please unmute yourself and ask the questions, if any. Okay, so I think there are no questions.
I believe there is one question that was in the message box and Sarang replied it. I request Sarang, actually, if you can just elaborate that particular answer of your side. What are the opportunities after BE in the foreign, like what they can study and all? Sarang can be a helpful guy to talk on it.
Yes.
Well, thanks, Prasad. That's quite an interesting question, and of course, I mean, the domains are many. However, when we look at the skill sets and the knowledge, one of the key domain area, I think most of the panelists would agree, is area of renewables. So, understanding renewables, studying renewables would add a great value. The second domain is data science. So, invest time and energy in understanding data science, or not exactly like a data scientist, but at least how would you analyze the data and utilize the data for day-to-day business operations is quite critical. The third area is cybersecurity. So this is yet another area wherein, like, you can have additional degrees. I personally do not think that you need to go for a full-fledged course. Uh, a normal certification will also help. So, but just a humble request, keep learning, because this is what sharpens your tools, and this is what differentiates us as Indians and engineers from rest of the crowd. इथे मी वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड मध्ये खूप पाहतो की लोकांना इन जनरल त्यांना वाटतं की त्यांना खूप माहिती आहे. आय डोंट वॉन्ट टू बी कॉम्प्लेसेंट, बट आपलं जे नॉलेज आहे, आपली जी व्हॅल्यू सिस्टम आहे, आपली जी एज्युकेशनल सिस्टम आहे, त्याच्यामध्ये खूप गोष्टी आहेत ज्या इतरांपेक्षा खूप जास्त चांगल्या आहेत. आणि त्याचा आपल्याला अभिमान असला पाहिजे, त्याचा आपल्याला माहिती सुद्धा असली पाहिजे. सो बी व्हेरी कॉन्फिडेंट. I think for fellow panelists also, I can say that in case you have any questions offline, personally, myself and most likely my friends also in this panel would be happy to support and advise further. I think that helps. Thank you, Prasad. Thank you, Harshada.
Very good.
Thank you so much.
Harshada, if we have some time, I also would like to add some of the insights from my side.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Yeah, actually, there was a question which I think Prasad answered very well. He covered most of the points. Like, I think I remember the question right, that what should be the focus of the students during the 4 years of engineering. So I would like to add a few points to what Prasad said. He very rightly said that it has to be a holistic approach. You should also learn languages and some industrial skills. And just to add to that, see, I'll tell you from my own experience. When I was in, say, third year or second year of engineering, we had some subjects which were non-electrical engineering subjects, I should say. For example, we had the computational fluid dynamics, we had machine design, we had numerical methods. And I always used to wonder, अरे मी इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनियर आहे, हे कम्प्युटेशन फ्लुइड डायनामिक्स काय शिकू, किंवा मशीन डिझायनिंग मध्ये म्हणजे काय मिळेल मला हे शिकून, पुढे त्याचा काय उपयोग होईल. न्यूमेरिकल मेथड्सचं मला कधीच कळलं नाही, फ्रँकली स्पीकिंग. अँड न्यूमेरिकल मेथड्सच्या वरती त्याच्यातून त्याचं सी प्रोग्रामिंग पण करायचं होतं, जे मला खरंच डोक्यावरून गेलं त्या काळात. But now I realize the importance of all those subjects, why we were being taught those subjects. म्हणजे फक्त ते क्रेडिट्स पूर्ण करणं किंवा तो स्लॉट भरून काढणं तो एम नव्हता. म्हणजे आपल्या ज्या युनिव्हर्सिटीने जे कोर्स डिझाईन केलाय तो खूप विचार करून केलेला होता की हे सब्जेक्ट्स इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनियर्सनी का शिकावे. मी उदाहरण देईन थोडंसं. आता SF6 सर्किट ब्रेकर एक प्रोडक्ट आहे ज्याच्यावर राहुल पाटील काम करतोय. त्या प्रोडक्टमध्ये कम्प्युटेशन फ्लुइड डायनामिक्सचा खूप मोठा रोल आहे. म्हणजे तो SF6 गॅस कसा प्रेशरनी फ्लो होईल, त्याचं प्रेशरचं व्हेलॉसिटीमध्ये कन्व्हर्जन कसं होईल, मग तो लॅमिनार फ्लो असेल की टर्ब्युलंट फ्लो असेल, त्याचा रेनॉल्ड्स नंबर काय असेल, हे सगळं मी जेव्हा जॉब करत असताना हे वर्ड्स वाचले, ऐकले, तेव्हा मला लक्षात आलं, अरे हे तर आपल्याला शिकवलं होतं, पण एक्झॅक्टली तेव्हा त्याचं रिअल ऍप्लिकेशन काय होईल हे माहीत नव्हतं. हे उदाहरण याच्यासाठी देतो की जे स्टुडंट्स आता शिकतायत त्यांनी ह्या सब्जेक्ट्सवर पण तितकंच फोकस करावं. सगळे सब्जेक्ट्स तुम्हाला पुढे आयुष्यामध्ये जॉबमध्ये नक्कीच उपयोगी पडतील. द सर्किट ब्रेकर हा जो प्रोडक्ट आहे, इट्स अन इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनिअरिंग प्रोडक्ट, बट इट्स अ 70% मेकॅनिकल इंजिनिअरिंग प्रोडक्ट. त्यामुळे तो प्रोडक्ट पूर्णपणे समजून घेण्यासाठी तुमचं मशीन डिझायनिंगचं नॉलेज तितकंच इम्पॉर्टंट आहे. त्यामुळे कोर सब्जेक्ट्सवर तर भर द्याच, पण त्याचबरोबर also you should understand, you should focus on these subjects and take interest, not just score 40 marks. Take interest in these subjects, understand these subjects, and rest assured, as a person having 20 years of experience, I will tell you, rest assured, you will definitely use the knowledge in these subjects also. So that was one point which came to my mind, which I wanted to share, and hopefully it's a quite relevant point.
Yes, I also want to add.
Yes, Rahul.
Add in subjects असे असतात ना जे येस सर, इंजिनिअरिंगच्या 4 वर्षाच्या कोर्समध्ये आपल्याला असं बराच वेळेला वाटतं की अरे दिस इज मोस्ट इरिलेव्हंट सब्जेक्ट. इफ यू आस्क मी पर्सनली, मी संदीप सरांसारखंच माझंही म्हणणं आहे की न्यूमेरिकल मेथड्स मध्ये रुंगेकुट्टा नावाची एक मेथड होती, न्यूटन रॅप्सन नावाची एक मेथड आहे. आणि थ्रूआउट 4 वर्षाचा इंजिनिअरिंग कोर्स केल्यानंतर पहिले 4 वर्ष जॉब केल्यानंतरही मला कळायचं की मी का शिकलो असेल ती मेथड, न्यूटन रॅप्सन मेथड. पण आय टेल यू, R&D मध्ये 5-6 वर्षानंतर जेव्हा एखादा फायनाईट एलिमेंट अनालिसिस आपण करतो आणि त्यावेळेला त्या सॉफ्टवेअरच्या बॅकग्राऊंड मध्ये जेव्हा बघतो ना की अरे तो जो प्रोग्राम आहे दॅट इज युझिंग द टेक्निक ऑफ न्यूटन रॅप्सन मेथड, फ्रँकली सांगतो मनातनं वाईट वाटलं की यार मी नीट वाचलं नव्हतं तेव्हा.
व्हेरी गुड.
रियालिटी ही रियालिटी आहे. बऱ्याच वेळेला आपल्याला जर 4 वर्षाच्या कोर्समध्ये मला असं वाटतं की ते 4 वर्षाच्या कोर्सला आहे ना वी शुड डू इट बाय हार्ट आणि लेट इट गो फॉर द अपॉर्च्युनिटी. जेव्हा पण लाईफमध्ये अशी एकदा अपॉर्च्युनिटी आली आणि वेन वी लुक बॅक वी शुड कनेक्ट द डॉट अगेन, देन मला असं वाटतं की ते इंजिनिअरिंगचं सार्थक झालं असं होईल. असे खूप सारे डॉट्स आय विल टेल यू. जसं हे एक न्यूटन रॅप्सन मेथड आहे का, इंजिनिअरिंग ग्राफिक्स नावाचा एक सब्जेक्ट फर्स्ट इयर सेकंड सेमिस्टर मध्ये असतो. बऱ्याच वेळेला असं होतं की इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनिअरिंग मध्ये तर बाबा रे फक्त सिंगल लाईन डायग्राम्सच काढायचे असतात. मग तो टॉप व्ह्यू, साइड व्ह्यू, प्लेन व्ह्यू, फर्स्ट अँगल मेथड, थर्ड अँगल मेथड कशाला पाहिजे. जसं संदीप सर म्हणाले की मी स्विच गिअर डिझाईन डेव्हलपमेंट मध्ये काम करतो, तर इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनिअरिंग इज अन ऍप्लिकेशन. जर त्या प्रॉडक्टला मला बनवायचं असेल ना तर त्याचे सगळे ड्रॉइंग हे मेकॅनिकलीच बनवायला लागतात. तर ते जे अंडरस्टँडिंग आहे द बेस्ट कॉम्बिनेशन इन द वर्ल्ड ऑफ इंजिनिअरिंग, जर मी आता म्हणेल कोर इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनिअरिंग टू बी प्रिसाइज, तर इट इज अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोमेकॅनिकल इंजिनिअरिंग, जे कुठल्याही स्विचगिअर कंपनीमध्ये तुम्हाला बघायला मिळेल. तर मला असं वाटतं त्यासाठी जर फंडामेंटल ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनिअरिंग ज्याच्यामध्ये जे कोर सब्जेक्ट्स आहेत त्याच्यावरती आपण जर फोकस करून काम केलं तर मला असं वाटतं इट विल बी रिअली गुड फॉर इंडिव्हिज्युअल इंजिनियर. आय वुड से इरेस्पेक्टिव्ह ऑफ स्ट्रीम. मी कुठल्या पर्टिक्युलर स्ट्रीम बद्दल हे बोलत नाहीये, माझ्या मते हे सगळ्या स्ट्रीम्सला इक्वली अप्लिकेबल आहे. द बेस्ट पार्ट इज वी आर डिलिंग विथ, जसं प्रसाद म्हणाला होता की करंट दिसत नाही, व्होल्टेज दिसत नाहीये आणि वी आर लिव्हिंग विथ द इमॅजिनरी वर्ल्ड. यू विल एन्जॉय द ब्युटी वेन यू विल फिजिकली सी इट ना, की एखादा कॉम्पोनंट तुम्ही डिझाईन केलाय आणि तो फील्ड वरती लागलाय आणि इट इज परफॉर्मिंग द वे इट इज एक्सपेक्टेड ना, दॅट सॅटिस्फॅक्शन विल गिव्ह यू एक 4 वर्षाचा इंजिनिअरिंगचा जॉय आणि त्याच्यानंतर 4-5 वर्षाची तुम्ही काही त्यावरती काम करतात. तर मला असं वाटतं याचं सगळं जे क्रेडिट आहे ना त्या 4 वर्षातल्या प्रत्येक इंडिव्हिज्युअल छोट्या छोट्या सब्जेक्ट्सला जातात. तर त्यावरती जर फोकस ठेवला तर माझ्या मते लाईफ इज व्हेरी इझी. थँक्यू.
आणखीन एक डॉट राहुल, तू तो न्यूटन रॅप्सन रुंगेकुट्टा सांगितलं, मला त्याच्यातून फुरियर ट्रान्सफॉर्म आठवला. फुरियर ट्रान्सफॉर्म फर्स्ट इयर इंजिनिअरिंगला होता, तो कधीच कळला नाही. पण आय जस्ट टेल द स्टुडंट्स, जेव्हा आपण हार्मोनिक अनालिसिस करतो तेव्हा हे फुरियर ट्रान्सफॉर्म आणि फुरियर अनालिसिसची आपल्याला गरज पडते रिअल लाईफमध्ये, म्हणजे प्रोफेशनल लाईफमध्ये. तर असे भरपूर डॉट्स आहेत, कधी भेटलो तर बोलूयात असं म्हणता येईल. पण सांगायचं म्हणजे समरी अशी की फोकस ऑन कोर सब्जेक्ट्स अँड ऑल्सो द अदर सब्जेक्ट्स विच आर फ्रॉम द अदर ब्रांचेस. आणि कोर सब्जेक्ट्स मध्ये म्हणालं तर इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक फील्ड्स हा सर्वात महत्वाचा सब्जेक्ट आहे. जर तुम्हाला इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक फील्ड्स, इलेक्ट्रोस्टॅटिक्स कळालं तर मग तुम्हाला बाकी सगळे सब्जेक्ट्स इझिली कळतील. आणि नवीन टेक्नॉलॉजीज जसं सारंगनी सांगितलं AI ML ते आहेतच, तर आपला एक अँटिना इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनियर्सनी तिकडे पण ट्यून ठेवावा की व्हॉट इज हॅपनिंग इन द फील्ड ऑफ रोबोटिक्स, ऑटोमेशन, AI. कारण की पुढे जग सगळं ह्याच्याचवर चालणार आहे. आपले मशीन्स, आपले सबस्टेशन्स, हे सगळे AI ML, मग डेटा ह्याच्याचवर पुढे जाणार आहेत. तर आपला एक अँटिना इथे पण ट्यून ठेवावा आणि ह्याच्यामध्ये काय लेटेस्ट हॅपनिंग्स आहेत त्या पण नक्कीच शिकाव्या.
Thank you so much, Sandeep sir, Rahul sir, and Patil sir. Coming towards the end of today's discussion, on behalf of Department of
Harshad, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Before going to the end, I would like to add, particularly Sandeep sir and Prasad Patil sir, they have discussed now. In our curriculum in the autonomy, sir, you know that our system is now autonomous. Now we are in the 3rd year of the autonomy, and I'm working as autonomy coordinator in the department. So this cognizance we have taken in our curriculum that students are knowing this Runge-Kutta method, students have learned this Runge-Kutta method, but where it is to be applied, that is not knowing to the students. Okay, so we have designed the experiments in the new curriculum such that
they will apply that method directly to the field. Suppose I want to calculate the current and voltage relationship in solar PV cell. It is given by one exponential equation. So at that time, your Newton-Raphson method is going to be used for that. Okay, so let us consider that charging and discharging of a capacitor. It is given by differential equation. So how we can correlate that data and how we can use that Runge-Kutta method for least square, or you can use the least square method, you can use Runge-Kutta method, you can use Euler's method. So application-wise, in the new curriculum, we developed these systems. So we understood that in university curriculum, it is very hard to implement that because we have limitations on the curriculum. That is, it must be commonly understandable to all. But you know that you are all the stalwarts of the KKWIEER. So already we are knowing that our students' capability is there. So we are trying to give the practical aspects of all this. And now in the new curriculum, our focus is more on the laboratory type. Maybe Harshada is one of the product will coming out of all this technology, and he's knowing that already she learned the Runge-Kutta method application-wise, not as a normal example of dy by dx is equal to x square plus y square. That is not taught in the class now. So due to the autonomy, we got this flexibility. From industry side, what we are looking from the next semester, we have introduced one laboratory course such that it is the experimentation. Student have to perform the experimentation in the industry itself. So we give the name Industry Connect Lab. So for that, we need your help, sir, Sandeep sir, Prasad Patil sir. We need your help that we want to do the experiment in the industry itself. We will come the batch wise to the industry, and at that time we will explore the new area that they will get the practical exposure. What are the equipments used? You know that in a laboratory we are using the analog instruments. In the field, never you might not see the meter switch is analog type. We all are the digital types there. So
Thank Ganesh, sir, you're not audible.
hello, now am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible now.
Yeah. So we have introduced such new courses and hopeful that within 2-3 years we will get good fruits out of this. So let's see. But we need your help for Industry Connect Lab to design the Industry Connect Lab. So our students want to perform the experimentation in the industry itself. So whatever the testing equipments and that real time, how they are doing the testing in the industry, or how any transformer is tested, that need to be explored more. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Harshada.
And also, sir, we are also expecting the curriculum delivery from the industry person. So for that purpose, also we need your help. As Jadhav sir said,
Anytime,
we are.
sir. For our college, we are available always.
Yes.
So we will bring in
Harshada,
people from the field you want, from the nationality you want. You just tell us.
Yes, sure, sir.
Just
Thank you,
Harshada,
Prasad. Thank you, Prasad sir. You are always, I know Sandeep sir and Prasad sir and everyone is always with us for a better improvement in the KKWIEER. Thank you.
Just one comment, if I may add, since this is a topic of careers in electrical engineering, as we talked about Runge-Kutta and all. So that reminds me of one thing. See, many students after 4 years of engineering, electrical engineering, they have some passion for software, and they migrate towards a career in software development. So having done 4 years of engineering, core electrical engineering, then switching towards software, I think this is some kind of a brain drain which happens. So if you're really passionate about software but still want to use your knowledge of electrical engineering, you can think of developing softwares for electrical engineering. Like we use many softwares in the industry today. We use ANSYS, we use PSCAD, we use ElecNet, Magnet, Flux. There are many engineering analysis softwares what we use. And as Rahul said, all these softwares use finite element methods as a background to do the computations. Unfortunately, there is not a single company in India which makes this software. We have big companies like Infosys, TCS, Wipro taking thousands of students per year, But I don't know why not even a single engineering software has been developed by India, and we have to pay a huge AMC, and the software costs are also huge. So
True.
we should have our own engineering analysis softwares, and the students, if you want to pursue software development as your career, but you can definitely think of this direction of joining a company which is developing engineering analysis softwares rather than a pure banking software or those kind of softwares which the Indian companies typically do. So definitely think about it. You can use your knowledge of electrical engineering and couple it with your passion of software development. So that was a small observation from my side.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your insights and your support in our Department of Electrical Engineering. And now, coming towards the end of today's discussion, on behalf of Department of Electrical Engineering, KKWIEER Institute of Engineering Education and Research, taking this opportunity of giving vote of thanks. Firstly, to all the participants, that is panelists, I am thankful to accept our invitation as panelists and sharing their knowledge and expertise in electrical power sector. In the session, Sonawane sir focused on MSc-DCL system, issues in THM power generation, linkages with SAARC countries, breakup of MSc-DCL electricity tariff, renewable energy policy, rooftop solar PV metering, renewable purchase obligations, RPO. I'm also thankful to Mr. Sandeep Kulkarni sir, who expressed their views on scope of electrical engineering in core industrial sector in India, and also how the field is socially relevant and how it can help to achieve development goals. Mr. Sarang Zappe addressed us about how electrical field is related to other engineering disciplines and also the possibilities of job in abroad. Mr. Prasad Patil sir talked about the opportunities that come in way of an electrical engineer during a 4 years degree course, and also how one can come up with startup and business ideas. Mr. Rahul Patil sir explained about qualities and attributes an electrical engineer should have, and the advice to one's parents for taking admission of their ward in electrical field was up to mark. Mr. Nitin Patil sir updated us about the current trends in electrical contracting and also how electrical contractors contribute to more sustainable building practices. Once again, thank you to all the panelists. I'm also thankful to all the participants for their active participation. I'm thankful to the management of KKWIEER Education Society to give the permission to organize webinar and provide necessary support. And also to our principal, Professor Dr. K.N. Nandurkar sir. And I'm thankful to Dr. D.M. Sandwadkar sir, who is the head of ENTC department. Thank you to Professor Dr. R.K. Munjay sir, head of Electrical Engineering department. I'm also thankful for the support of S.K. Shinde sir and Professor J.D. Patil sir. I'm thankful to all the staff of electrical department to support directly and indirectly to make this event a successful one. With permission of a principal sir and Dr. R.K. Munjay sir, I declare that the panel discussion is over.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank
Prasad,
you,
Rahul,
Harshad. Thank you, sir.
Sandeep,
Thank you so much.
Sarang, especially Sarang.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'll take your leave.
Yes, sir.
Yes, taking your leave. Bye.
बऱ्याच दिवसानंतर सारंग आम्ही तिघ चौघत आहोत कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये